Well, howdy there, partner. Welcome back to another great video with the majestic host for Savior, yes. And let's just take a second. Let's take a couple of minutes. This isn't going to be a super long video. It's not going to be a massive video essay, but I just feel like this video needs to be made because I've looked and no one is talking about it. No one has said this, I don't think, for a very long time, or no one, on YouTube, a YouTuber or a public figure has said this. We see some Reddit threads, but that's about it. Some people with a very unpopular opinion, but I've been thinking about it and I don't think it is unreasonable, and that is Red Dead Redemption 1 is better than Red Dead Redemption 2. That's all this video is. It's just an opinion, but I just want to delve deep into this subject because basically, recently I've been replaying Red Dead Redemption 1 a lot, okay? I recently got this Classic little device, and I'm not going to go into that. I've already done the sponsored segment, but that's from a different video. But I was very happy with this little device because it meant I could go back, play some older games, and they would look absolutely incredible. Now, of course, the standard game by itself is a masterpiece. You don't need to have it running in 4K with special anti-aliasing to make it look good. The art style was always great, and for a game that's quite old, graphically it holds up well. And as you might know, if you are, a regular of the channel, or if you're not, I don't care about graphics in video games. What makes a good game is a goddamn game. Is the gameplay mechanics, it's the story, it's the writing, it's the atmosphere, it's the vibe of the game that makes a game compelling. Now, modern day games have of course forgotten about this, and now it's all trying to be cinematic and, like a goddamn movie. And I've got to be honest, because I don't think this video is gonna get many views, so I'm just, this is just a video for my own sanity and for people out there who might agree with me. If you don't, that's fine. You can have your own opinion. I don't care, okay? This is just my opinion. But Red Dead Redemption 1, after playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and then playing Red Dead Redemption 1 again, this is such a better game. Red Dead Redemption 1 is so much better than Red Dead Redemption 2. So I'm going to talk about the reasons why I believe RDR1 is better than RDR2. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. If you are new, do consider subscribing. It only takes 2 seconds, but it means absolutely everything to me. I put all of my passion and all of my hard work into my content, and we're stepping it up for next year. So please do join this community, become a wise one.
Yeah, boy. That's it. That lovely.
And support me by checking out the music that I create on Spotify. I'm sure you will actually like it. Just give it a chance, give it a listen. If you like the Cyberpunk soundtrack, then you will like what I do. And if you are a generous person, if you're feeling the magical Christmas spirit or the holiday magic moving through you, do consider donation, supporting me on PayPal, or just becoming a member, and you get lots of extra content. So let's go. I'm not trying to cause controversy or anything like that. I don't care about that type of shit. I'm not here to make drama. This is just my humble opinion, and looking at it, thinking I've just gone mad, but looking at some online threads, actually, I'm not the only one who believes this, and I don't think it's even just a subjective opinion. I honestly think if you look at the gameplay, if you look at this game, and I've got a whole checklist of why Red Dead Redemption 1 is better than Red Dead Redemption 2, then you will start to notice actually, yeah, maybe it is, because it is. So I recently made a review of Red Dead Redemption 2, and again, these videos, they didn't do well. I don't expect a lot of people to see them because, everyone only plays these games for the online component at this point. But this game means a lot to me. I played so much of Red Dead Redemption 1 when I was a teenager. Some of my fondest memories in gaming was with this game, especially with the online, because it was actually good, unlike Red Dead Redemption 2. The online component was terrible with that game, and it was just so fun, just messing around in the open world with your buddies. And also Undead Nightmare had its own multiplayer mode, which was just so good and fun. I do enjoy aspects of it, but I will never go back and play it again. Not like this game, where I've played it several times and now I'm reliving the magic in glorious 4K Core Edition, so it's very nice, and it's just such a better game. And it's not nostalgia, it's actually all of the gameplay mechanics. This feels like a video game and a cowboy simulator, because games shouldn't feel like fucking chores. I don't know what's happened with modern day gaming, where they all try and feel like movies, they all try and bloat the player down with bullshit mechanics like feeding yourself and slowly watching the animation of you guzzling down a whole fucking can of beans, because that's fucking fun, isn't it? No, it's not. It's goddamn ridiculous. I'm just so tired of modern day games and their cinematic bullshit, okay? It's just so boring. Play this game, play Red Dead Redemption 1, and then go back and try and play Red Dead Redemption 2. You will lose your mind because of how slow Arthur controls, how everything is delayed. You have no control over your character. The shooting feels sluggish and terrible. The physics are worse in Red Dead Redemption 2. You can literally kneecap people in Red Dead Redemption 1 and they react realistically, you know, by kneeling down and, well, not being able to run around and stuff like that. The physics is just so much better. The gameplay mechanics are fleshed out. The Deadeye is better. The story is better. But I can go on and on. Like I said, I just feel like I needed to make this video because it just blows my mind how many people praise Red Dead Redemption 2 when 10 years ago, or whenever this game came out, pretty much 10 years, they already, you know, made a better game.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And I think that's true with a lot of older games. You know, modern day games seem to really care about trying to look photorealistic, trying to add a lot of filler content to say that their games are bigger, to say that their games are longer or have more square mileage, because that means the game is of higher quality. No, it doesn't, okay? This is just, you know, ways they can appeal to investors and make more money. And the cinematic trope in games is because as gaming has got bigger, it's appealed to a lot wider, you know, demographic. So casual gamers, of course, just want to kind of watch a game instead of play it. You know, press X, do QuickTime bullshit events like Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man, or these types of fucking games, okay? They aren't real games, okay? They're movie games. And I'm just sick of it, and I just miss the days when we actually had good quality games. And Red Dead Redemption 2, I don't hate it, it is a good game, but it just pales in comparison to Red Dead Redemption 1. First of all, the soundtrack, the ambience, okay? The ambience and the soundtrack in Red Dead Redemption 1 is so much better than Red Dead Redemption 2. It just blows it out of the water. Red Dead Redemption 2 has this kind of depressing, just like, kind of, it's just like diarrhea in my ears kind of noise. Again, I don't hate the game, I just really don't like the sound design. I think it was done very badly. It doesn't make you feel like a cowboy, it makes you feel like, I don't know, like a depressing criminal. And I understand, you know, they were kind of going for that tone of, you know, a simulation game. But like so many of us have pointed out, like Nakey Jakey and other people, like I said, I'm not going to make this a massive goddamn video essay, but, you know, they add all of these simulation BS mechanics, like skinning an animal, which takes 3 minutes. It doesn't take 3 minutes, it takes a long ass timer. I timed it. The amount of time it took my character to skin an animal, I managed to walk into the kitchen, I managed to pour myself a glass of milk, and, you know, come back down, already finished the fucking milk, and then Arthur was finished skinning a goddamn animal. You know, if you don't have anything else in your life, fair enough, okay, you can waste time on that type of bullshit. When I want to play a game, when I want to get immersed in a world and feel like a goddamn cowboy, I don't want these bullshit mechanics that just take away agency and immersion. Actually pulls me out of it, because I'm thinking, what the hell am I doing with my life? Instead of, okay, I'm invested in what's going on here, I'm invested in the world. Because if it's consistent, fair enough, but it isn't consistent. There's so many inconsistencies with Red Dead Redemption 2 and the simulation aspect, like how your weapons just teleport magically off your back when you're, you know, when you get off your horse, or how rain doesn't actually affect the environment, or, you know, a goddamn fire or something. Slowly picking up every single item, because that's fun gameplay, okay? For Witcher 3 feels immersive, it feels good. Do you have to pick up every single item? No, you don't. You just click the button to pick up something, because what does that do? What does that actually add to the gameplay? The ambience, the vibe of Red Dead Redemption 1 is far superior. It has this more mystical tone to it, which I really dig, okay? It's the end of the Wild West. You're in this really interesting period. You know, it's literally just set before the World War One, which is crazy. And I just love the ambience in Red Dead Redemption 1. It's just so much better. And by the way, you can count this as a Red Dead Redemption 1 2024 review, because I'm not going to be talking about this game again for a while, I think. So you can count this as a RDR1 review in 2024. But I just love the ambience. Red Dead Redemption 2 tried to be more realistic, and, fair enough if it wanted to do that. In Red Dead Redemption 1, you always have this sense of something kind of unsettling going on in the background. The tone of it reminds me of games like Fallout 3, where it's unsettling. There's something almost magical going on in this place, but you can't put your finger on it. I know that sounds weird, but that's how I always felt playing Red Dead Redemption 1, and especially now I'm playing it again. The sound design is just so good, and then the soundtrack of, these like kind of cowboy-esque whistles that just come and go just sound so much better than Red Dead Redemption 2, especially the combat track. Like I said, it does truly feel more mysterious and isolating and lonely, and the world, it just feels even more alive because of that. Believe it or not, NPCs behave more realistically in Red Dead Redemption 1. I wonder what happened. Why did AI in gaming get so bad over the years? It's a mystery. I don't know. But in Red Dead Redemption 2, you can interact with them. Yes, you can piss them off. Yes, you can do that in Red Dead Redemption 1, Maybe you don't know that, but you can. But they are just way more realistic. You don't have to walk around on eggshells like you do in Red Dead Redemption 2, where, people can become so triggered. Imagine if people were that dangerous in real life, where you're just standing next to someone and breathing a little bit too heavy, and suddenly you have like 5 people chasing after you, and then the whole town goes crazy, and then there's a whole sheriff squadron hunting you down because of your loud breathing. That's how it feels in Red Dead Redemption 2. People are so easily triggered or annoyed. You can walk around in this game and get immersed because the NPCs aren't brain dead, okay? They actually respond to you intelligently. If you start punching them or pushing them around, of course, then they're going to get angry. But otherwise, they act realistically. And this is something really important, which I didn't really appreciate, because as a teenager, you don't see the nuances in gaming like you do when you analyze it as a job later on, or just as you grow up or whatever. But Red Dead Redemption 1 has an infinite random encounter, kind of system compared to Red Dead Redemption 2. I already lost more immersion in that game compared to the first game, especially this time around, because I'm noticing it more clearly this time. Like, I can come across a guy caught in a bear trap a couple of times in Red Dead Redemption 2, and it's the same encounter that my friend has, and, kind of sharing the stories don't become as interesting. Red Dead Redemption 1 has a more varied kind of interaction system with random encounters, and it feels so cool. Like sheriffs will ask you to hunt down some people who just killed their buddies, or the sheriffs are hunting down the criminal and you can choose to stop the criminal or kill the sheriffs. Getting robbed randomly, all of this kind of stuff, it just feels way more like varied and realistic compared to the second game. And like I said, it's infinite, so it never stops, and there's just a bigger variation, which makes it feel much more immersive, in my opinion. Also, there's more activities to take part in, like horseshoes, the finger stabbing game, which is always fun. Liar's dice, blackjack, poker. There's just more stuff to do, which makes you more immersed, in my opinion. And like I said, the physics in this game, it's using Euphoria physics, and after GTA 5, the physics went downhill bad, okay? GTA 4 was peak physics, okay? And this was the best next in line. After that, it just kind of went down. I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is using the same physics as GTA 5, and yeah, it's just not as good when you compare it to something like Max Payne 3. Low honor actually matters in this game. Also fame. That's a whole new system, which is really cool and fleshed out. The gunplay is just far better. When you're free aiming, it doesn't feel like you can't fucking hit anything. You can actually play without lock-on in this game, and it's just far better. And the shooting just feels much more weighty and just, oh yeah, I love it. For example, you can't use your lasso on animals in Red Dead Redemption 2, but you can in RDR1 if you want to be a sick bastard, and it's just a lot of fun. It just feels way more immersive. Undead Nightmare, I mean, come on guys, how the hell did you not make an Undead Nightmare 2? Oh, maybe because you only care about money and that's future Rockstar. Also, you have more freedoms when you're actually in interiors. It's not scripted like in RDR2 where, you know, you can only take out your weapon to like do a robbery or something like that. It just has a feeling of much more freedom, and you know, it is still Rockstar game design in the story missions where, you know, you're following a character, you're doing this task, and if you go off too much, then mission fail. But it still does feel much more integrated in the open world compared to something like Red Dead Redemption 2, where it does give you the freedom of, you know, how you want to tackle this mission in most of the cases. And actually, with the side missions, that's a whole nother thing. It gives you way more choices, like what you want to do, because of the kind of karma system is more fleshed out. I just think it's a better game in general. I just really love it. Each section of the map as well is like different and has random like kind of vegetation compared to the second game, I mean, which is, you know, impressive because of the graphics and the plant all, you know, acting realistically, but it's kind of doesn't feel as distinct, you know, the areas. But in Red Dead Redemption 1, it feels like you're progressing through a fucking video game instead of just living in this world. And I just think it's better overall. So I just wanted to make this video. I'm sure not many people will care, but it has made me less insane because I've been playing this game and it's just blown my mind how good this game actually is when you stack it up compared to modern day games and even Red Dead Redemption 2. So that is why Red Dead Redemption 1 is better than Red Dead Redemption 2. I just had to make this for my own sanity, but I do hope you enjoyed, and let me know if you agree, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Peace out. Whoa, a little bit of fourth wall breaking here from the saviors. I just also forgot to mention, and I would have kicked myself if I didn't say this in this video, the story in Red Dead Redemption 1 is so much goddamn better, okay? The characters, the writing, it's just better, okay? I'm sorry if you don't agree, but that's just my humble opinion. You can have your own. I just feel like the writing is more wittier, but still dark and mature in nature without everything being just kind of boring. And also, it's not afraid to shy away from, you know, the more kind of darker aspects like the war in Mexico and what war does to people, what killing does to people. It asks more, you know, kind of morality-based questions that make you reflect as the player and as John, you know, kind of coming to terms with his past life and how he regrets his action. It just has much more narrative strength compared to the second game, you know, where it doesn't quite match the gameplay because, you know, you can just go off and do all of this kind of crazy stuff. And yeah, you can do that in the first game, but the way it's framed and the way the story is told, it just makes more logical sense in the first game with your actions and gameplay and with the story missions kind of all feeling more connected, and it's just like a much better redemption arc story. So I think that's what it does really well. It really makes you question, and I just think it's a much more compelling character study, John Marston, for a game that's called Red Dead Redemption.